Good morning, doctor.
A very good morning. Very good morning. Just a second. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. How are you? How are you, Hanu and
I'm
Varda? All
okay.
good?
Yeah.
How's your books released? Already you released the book. And how's it
Yeah.
going on?
It's done like all books sold out. Like during SIBF Sharjah International Book Fair itself, it has gone fully. And
Okay.
now I am waiting for like the second edition to reprint.
Okay. Will it be like a Kamala Suraya in the future?
Now
That's
writers are more compared to readers.
more writers are there, right?
Mm.
Not particularly. Before we are having a lot of writers, but there is no renowned writers, very few
Mm.
renowned writers, but now writers are very less. We
Mm.
know that people don't want to write a lot. Okay, I'm waiting for.
One of my friend passed away like few years back. So we were
Uh-huh.
thinking what we can do for him. Like now we are planning to start a library. Now I am collecting books for that library. Like now that is
Oh,
every
where it
day.
is?
It's at Trivandrum.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Okay, so is there any particular location or something?
Yeah. It's a Trivandrum location. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to start. But on his name, so if we start a library, like it will not, that name will be like there, right? So in his memory, there, like the friends has decided to start. So I'm just helping them to collect the books. At least 200 headers we need for the library to get it
Okay,
approved and all. So now, now I am on that.
I'm just, we can wait for others in between. And just a second, I'm just waiting for others to join. Okay.
No problem.
So Khalid has joined. Good morning, Khalid. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We are not able to see. Okay. I believe all are joining. Are you all hearing any background voice from my side?
No.
Okay, thank God. The noise cancellation is working very well. So actually, the previous week, and Khalid knows well, my wife delivered a baby boy.
Congratulations, doctor.
Yeah,
Wow.
thank you, thank you. So I was asking you from background voice the other. Okay, from brother, there are a lot of loves are going up. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Joy will not be attending today. He is under fever. So Khalid,
What's up?
yeah. So all going with now the questionnaire and everything started from your side, right? So we'll be talking about at the end of the session, Khalid. Okay.
Yeah, I just
But
saw your other email regarding the presentation. I didn't have time to do anything, honestly. I was
okay,
super busy
okay.
this week.
Same. I
I got
just
it.
saw the email now this morning as well. It
Yeah, me
wasn't
too.
when I
No,
just logged on, I
actually,
saw it.
yeah. Actually, 2 weeks before, when we have the final session, I mentioned about this employability skill to be
You
prepared.
did. I remember.
Yeah. But
But
yes, I thought, okay, you would be preparing, but only for
you
confirming
thought,
that I have sent it.
but
Yeah.
don't. It was supposed to be last Sunday, and last Sunday was the Eid national holiday, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So I think
Mm.
everyone forgot to do it, not only me.
Yeah,
Everyone?
I didn't do it either. I just saw the email when I logged on my laptop because it didn't show on my phone.
Yes.
The email
And
didn't
on,
come through on
No,
my
no,
phone.
no problem. No
and
problem.
we
No
were,
problem.
I believe we were stressed with the
Exactly.
with applying on the portal regarding the proposal.
We were stressed about the stupid Turnitin reports that
Yeah,
we were
Uh-huh.
going in circles for.
yeah.
This,
So it
that.
was not only me. That's good. So everyone,
No, we all struggled. Trust me, we all struggled. And I
doctor.
mean,
Honestly, this was so confusing. Honestly speaking, and even I'm sure you know about the video which is implemented already in the portal. The video said something, and then the admin said something else. And then I
yeah,
was like, myself, I was very squeezed with very little time in order
Mhm.
to go for the similarity check, to go for what to do after the similarity check. We didn't have any idea. And remember, I called you when you were at the hospital, so I didn't want to bother you. But honestly, I'm not sure about the submission, how it went. I have no
Mhm.
clue. The video on the portal says something. For example, I'm just going to give you an example to understand the confusion. So basically,
The video that you are talking about,
it's in the
is it
portal.
done?
There is a
Okay.
guidance video on the portal that the university provided to us. If you watch this video, it's
Okay.
very clear mentioned, for example, the references. Okay, in the video
Yeah.
it says the references will not be counted. As per your administration instruction, yes, it will be counted. What can I change in the references? Absolutely nothing. So
Yeah.
how can I?
Yes.
So how? But
That,
here's where the confusing. So now I'm under the umbrella that the 27% that I got the first time, the similarity check. I don't even know if it went down or if it's still 25.7% because you know that we only get one submission.
per
Mhm.
module.
Yeah. So
So which means our submission is gone now. We can't
yeah,
use we
even
can't use a model
for the
anymore.
dissertation, yeah, Warda, we cannot use it.
Exactly.
And this is something, I don't
Sorry,
know
sorry,
how it's gonna
sorry.
affect.
Which one you told for the dissertation?
Yeah.
We
So if you wanna
cannot
do
use it again.
the similarity check for the dissertation, the portal will not allow you because you only get one time check.
No, yes, but you will be getting the similarity check for your dissertation, for your reflective paper, from the
By who?
administrative side, from the administrative side.
And
We
this
have
is
the
where the
we,
confusing, doctor. It has to be
no,
cleared for us before we proceed with anything.
I
Has to be cleared.
I have mentioned in the session that you can send your turn-in for the report if you wanted to get a little bit before. You can
We
contact the
did.
seminar for that. Yeah.
We did. It took more than 5 days to get the feedback. So we got the feedback through the portal before we got the
Okay.
feedback from the administration, and this is where the
Correct.
confusion.
And the
Okay.
other thing
Okay.
is that like it is capturing that like similarities and even references also,
Yeah, the references
Yeah.
content
is the
also,
problem.
Yeah,
that
mine
That I
content
will easily.
table.
Yeah, it's table of contents. It's
Uh,
heading. Mine was headings, table of contents, which I can't do anything about. Even my dates
exactly.
on my
Mine also.
Gantt chart,
Sorry.
my dates on my Gantt chart, all of them. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Mine also.
Yeah, yes. Usually the references, the table of content, because the common words will be exempted. But the turn-in report that we are getting from this particular university is also showing the references. But when they are giving the feedback, after our research proposal submission, they clearly mention that your references is having this much percentage of similarity. They're excluding that particularly because the one of the report that we have received from one of the student the previous time is clearly mentioned, okay, this much percentage, 12 percentage similarity comes from the references. So it's a common sense for us particularly, like we can understand and they also will
But
understand
doctor,
about it. Yeah.
this is not that the confusion happen is
Yeah.
logically
Yeah.
speaking. How could you, as a system, consider the references as a similarity? It does not make sense. How can I assure
Yeah.
you that
Yeah.
whatever I'm
Yes.
saying,
Yes,
it
Khalid.
has a
Yes, Khalid.
reference without adding a link or something? So how could you count this link as a similarity check in the same time? It does not make
Uh,
sense.
yes. In the turn-in, there are a number of settings are there. You know,
Yeah, you can
when we are
only remove
valuing.
the references. You can only
Yeah.
remove the references. You cannot remove the headings. You cannot remove the table of contents. So when mine also came out 27%. When I removed the references, it came to 19%. Samna said,
Okay.
get it down to below 15.
Yes,
It's impossible because I
it's
don't
impossible.
know if I am below 15 because I can't do another similarity check.
That's
And
true.
then when I did
Yeah.
some changes,
Mm.
and I put it through the Turnitin on the portal. It came out 22%, and I'm like, seriously, 22%.
No,
When I
no,
remove
no.
the references and I manually calculate, because mine was like 1%, 1%, 1%.
Yes.
So when I manually calculate and I take all of them out, then it was like less. I think it was like 3 or 4%. And then I just submitted and I said, you know what, there's nothing more I can do now because I can't remove my headings.
Yeah,
And a
absolutely,
phrase
absolutely,
like
absolutely.
talent,
Yeah,
and I
let
spoke
me
to you
clarify
about
you.
it.
Let
It
me
was like
clarify
common
this.
phrases that you use, and then those common phrases comes out as a similar. I'm
The
like, you're
common
not making it.
phrases, your references, your citation, particularly that you are giving, because what Vardha is giving the references, what Vardha is giving the citation, that has been given by thousands and lakhs of people. So there will be a similarity for that particular thing, which must be exempted from the part of the university. They done the previous time as well in the guidelines, particularly if they're showing that references will be included. I also made my concern the previous time to the university people through the academic administration. They sent it to them. So they said what percentage comes, they will be excluded from this. So our part is safe. We don't have to be worried about it. It happened the previous time as well. Obviously, what Khalid said, I understand. There will be always, obviously, we will be having some doubts about it. So what, mostly in order to be in the safer side, what we usually say is research proposal is a very, very shortest part. Yeah. Only we were
It's
having only
10% only
1500.
from the entire MBA, only 10% the research proposal, correct? Or I'm being mistaken?
Sorry, once again.
The research proposal, it's only 10% from the entire MBA program,
Absolutely, absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
But
yes.
doctor, the thing is the confusion as well. For example,
Yeah.
similarity check, they were telling me change the word of real estate. What can you replace the word of real estate with? Even if you change the entire sentence, okay, it's still the same. Now, if I change the word real estate, I'm changing my topic. I'm changing my
No,
entire subject.
I told you,
So
right,
this is
Khalid.
where the confusion. I was like,
When we have a call, I told you about it. We don't
yeah.
want to. Yeah, that's a common word, the common phrases. We don't need to delete it. That's fine. So what
So
about?
what would happen? What would happen? Just this question. I think everybody will be clear about it. If we don't achieve to go below 15%, what are the scenarios?
What are the
Khalid,
scenarios?
Khalid,
If
on
we
the
don't,
website,
if we don't go below the similarity check, it has to be below 15%. If we don't
No,
manage to
no, no,
get it
no,
below
no, no. It's not.
15%,
no.
It's not like. It's not
Khalid,
like. I will
if
tell
you
you.
go through the Turnitin checkpoint, that page itself, it does say on the page that there is no threshold that you need to make for your similarity checks. They will be consulting a similarity check if they suspect that there is any academic
Offenses.
issues or offenses that is taking place, then they will check this. But if they do not pick this up, then there's no threshold for the similarity. That's what I just
Yes.
went by and I said,
but
there's nothing more I can do
Yes. Yes. Yes.
to
Yes.
make
Yes, Khalid.
changes on those things. So
Khalid,
I just have
I
submitted.
wanted to reiterate the point what Varda has given here. Similarity, what the university people are looking into, whether we have used the support of AI or whether we have gone for, the same content without giving citation references. So if we are directly copied and pasted, if you are showing your percentage is like 15%, 17%, they'll be rechecking it. So if it comes from the common words, what Vardha said for her works, it's the headings, title, we'll be excluding it. As a reviewer, I have gone to the number of UK universities for the valuation. Firstly, we'll be looking into, from where the similarity comes exactly. If the similarity comes from particularly on, yeah, any content that you have directly copied, then we'll be checking how much percentage comes from the, okay, 7%. Or your words, okay, real estate word, you cannot change it. That is your heading. That is your originality of your work. So
yes.
if similarity comes from the real estate, that is a 2%, 3%, which will be excluded commonly.
Yep.
Yes,
See,
there is
there
no
it says,
definitely similarity index percentage score or to stay below in order to avoid committing an assessment offense. Why people are being asked to reduce the less than 15%? I will tell you the reason. Once we are maximum reducing the similarity, it will be good for us. That's why. Good in the sense like, we are writing, in the present scenario, what I could understand, like the people are using AI and ChatGPT and all. I'm not generalizing. Okay, I'm not generalizing. Some people are using that. So anyhow, it should not happen like reducing the marks or committing academic offenses and all. That's why if you're reducing less than 15%, it will be good. That's why they made a target like this. So this is good. Yeah, Varda, thank you so much for sharing this.
yeah,
There is no definitive similarity index percentage score to stay below in order to avoid the committing an assessment offense, because I remember
and
the
this,
feedback report we have received it is. One second.
you will see that there's another Turnitin that gets done, but we don't see the results.
Okay, it will take time then.
Yeah, so this one, we don't know what the final result is after we've made the changes.
Okay, okay, okay.
One more thing, Varda, when submitting the assignment, there is some like naming conventions,
Yeah,
right? They have mentioned.
yeah,
So that we have to follow or not?
yeah. So the naming convention was actually mentioned, module code. So you have to
Hmm.
say BM 7109
Hmm.
underscore assessment number 001, which is 001 from here.
Hmm.
underscore student number, whichever your student number is, S45 something something, underscore student name. So it tells you exactly how you need to submit it. So your assessment should show, okay, well, I can't see
No
it
problem.
now, but that's the naming convention that that's how I named it, and I hope it's right. I don't know.
Okay. No problem. No problem. No worries on that aspects. Like the renaming your file, it's not a problem. Okay. So, Varda, can you just go to the same platform? Can you open the dissertation?
Which is the second
So,
one.
can anybody tell me how much percentage marks comes from dissertation?
30.
30.
Yeah. It says in your standard assessment, yeah, sorry, 80%. So 10%
10% is for your first
your
assignment, the
yeah,
research proposal,
is your
and
proposal. 80 is
80% for dissertation. The finally 10% for your final reflective
reflexive.
paper. So can you go up, please? Scroll up. No. Little. This is only the area. No,
Video
before.
one.
Yes. Before.
Dashboard.
A dashboard, please go to that. Dissertation. Click the dissertation.
This is the student dissertations
No,
portal.
not before. Dissertation file, they're giving the guidelines and instructions and everything.
Oh, okay. And then I was in the right area.
I have copied from here that syllabuses and everything. You can also have a look on that, what the dissertation talks about it. Now, in the in the top, please. What is the deadline to submit your work? That is
31st of March.
April. The due it's in March.
31st of March.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
has
due on 30.
changed. This has changed since the first time we got our logins, because our logins initially the date was a week later, and they brought everything a week forward.
Okay,
Even the
okay.
proposal was brought a week forward. Initial dates was, I
Yeah.
actually wrote them down the first time. I think it was the 4th of April or something,
Okay.
and they changed it.
So the due date is 31st March 2025 as per this. So now what I wanted to focus this December month, I believe you can go for a 2-chapter completions. That is, the first one is introduction chapter and the second one is literature review chapter. Varda, are you able to get any file from here which is talking about the dissertation structure?
This is it.
This is the only one, right? Now I'm talking about in the introduction chapter, you will be getting, can you go down, please? All of you, please have a look on this.
This just gives you the module information.
Yeah.
There is nothing else on here because this is the assessment portal. Under the dissertation portal, this is all it gives you. And then it tells you you should go to submissions.
Okay, go to the assessment area then. You will be getting a file. Go down.
This is it.
The same, yeah?
Yeah, this is it.
At the bottom, there's a marking criteria.
No marking criteria. No, not a marking criteria, not a marking criteria.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. So can you download the marking criteria? I'll be sharing my side, the syllabus of it meanwhile. Can you share the marking criteria here?
Open. I don't want to open. It's not opening.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Let me just download it again.
Yeah.
No, it's not opening. I think I did download it before.
Okay. Yes, Faisal, are you Faisal here?
Yes, yes, doctor. Good morning. Good
Faisal,
morning.
have you faced any problem during the submissions?
Only like for me also, like it came 21%. Then
Yeah,
I was in touch with Simna,
yeah,
and I was told to make certain changes, mainly on references.
yeah.
So yes, so then major part, I think I inserted as an image. So that is how
Okay,
we try to, yes,
okay,
submit.
okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't download this before.
Okay, no problem. But
I've got
thank
it
you. Thanks so
open
much
if you
for
want me
sharing that.
to
Oh,
open
here
it.
we go.
Okay, 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 okay. Can you go down, please? Okay. See, they are giving the marks. Your main feedback will be on the basis of this one. Please note it down or make a screenshot of it. Sometimes we will not be able to always open these files and all. That's why you just focus on the one, introduction and the context, the background.
But how is this different to what we've just done in the proposal?
Having some differences because in the proposal, what the mandatory things are different. Here is a detailed dissertation, right? This is a particularly they are valuing on the introduction chapter. Separated, they are taking the introduction chapter for the evaluation purpose. And secondly, background and context. So each chapter they are taking into consideration for the grading. For the research proposal, the feedback is something different. So have a look on this feedback finally, okay, when you are going for the final submission or when you are preparing your chapters. I'm going to share you right now. Thank you so much for the syllabus right now here.
But so, doctor, I don't know what I would write differently in the introduction.
Yes, you're talking about the introduction. What differences should be brought compared to the research proposal?
Yeah.
Nothing, much differences. But we are adding little bit more points into that. I will share you that. I will share you.
From my understanding, chapter 2 is usually, your literature review is usually an extension of what you wrote in your context. Your context and that literature consulted. So there you will put like definitions, what kind of definitions you will be using for or what you define customer service, for instance, within your study and how that is related, and then looking at some of the research that there is in the industry and then identify what gaps there is. Why you're actually doing your study, because like in my case, there's huge gaps. There's lots and lots of research on talent management and retention in every other industry but nuclear. So that's my gap. My gap is there's nothing that was done in nuclear before. So all the literature I will be consulting is in other industries that may be industries that is relevant or related industries in terms of complexity, but it's not been done in my industry.
Okay, very good. So now, please have banana eating. Yeah, Rayan is eating banana. Yeah, my favorite food. Yeah, yesterday I eat almost 5 banana. My wife was complaining me, "What you are eating five banana one day?" Then again I took one more. Yeah, I say revenge.
Potassium,
yeah,
because, you know, but you should watch for the potassium because potassium lowers your calcium levels, and your calcium levels affects your heart.
I will tell you, after delivery, there will be postpartum depression. I don't know if people knows about it. Postpartum depression, maybe anyone knows about the postpartum depression?
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone's had some kind of experience.
Yes, that was, oh my God, I'm not able to explain about it. I believe right now the parents is also having, the father is also having that kind of a depression. Yes, more than mother. Anyway, yeah, my wife is looking at me. Yeah, I'm carrying, I'm doing everything. You are making some philosophy in the class. Yeah, she looked at
You're doing
me.
nothing.
No. I know. I sleep in the 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock. At different times. Yeah, I'm taking it well. Okay. Yeah, I believe everyone has gone through the same journey. I believe. Anyone is having particularly postpartum depression? Varda and Anu? Not particularly for the men. What Rayan? How it can be?
No, mate, first one, I was without sounding like an arsehole, right? I moved here at 25. I had more disposable income than I knew what to do with. One year I had 14 holidays. And then all of a
Okay.
sudden I've got this thing that shits everywhere. And if I miss a feed, I've wrecked 6 hours. Like it was disgusting. Like it's just absolute freedom to
Okay.
I can't move. So yeah, no, I took it really hard.
It's a terrific time. Yeah, it will go, time will pass anyway. So here, two things. I have already taken the session for your literature review. I remember that we have covered everything under the literature review, what all we need to cover, we need to, we need to write in the literature review chapter. Also, I have asked you to prepare what all the headings will be there for your literature review chapter. You remember, Vada, anyone? That I have
Yeah.
asked you and you prepare, I have asked you to read out and reiterate the points again and again.
Yes.
Okay, so now the introduction chapter, you can have a look on the introduction chapter, what all the things should be covered. So basically what Ryan asked me, all the things that we have already written in our research proposal, then what is this? So will it be similarity will be again, because already we have submitted in the 1010? No, even though the similarity comes, that will show particularly this is your works already submitted in the Gloucestershire University. Okay, so that similarity will be exempted. So Vada, thank you so much for sharing that particular sentences. There is no particular index score for your similarity, that they will be particularly checking on that aspects. So here you are reframing your research proposal chapter already, so research proposal work that you have already submitted. So research aim, you're not going to change. Research objective, you're not going to change. Anyway, we are writing this research proposal chapter and keeping it as it is. So we'll be waiting for the research proposal feedback from the university. If they ask for us to make any changes, we'll be also making in our introduction chapter. Once again, we are going to start with our introduction chapter and literature review chapter. We are covering in the month of December. We will be keeping after completing the 2 chapter in the month of January 1st. We'll be completing that completely and we will be keeping it aside. We are not going to add anything after that. We're not going to make any changes. We'll be also checking the similarity for the 2 chapter. Are you getting my point? We are not going for the final checking. We are not going for the final checking for all the dissertation. No. We're going for individual chapters. 2 chapter once you complete, send to us. We'll be checking it, we'll be giving you the results. Then you can work on it. Please note it down. Your 2 chapters, once finished, you will be getting the similarity check results. Then you can work on it. Reduce the similarity for that. Then once again, in the introduction chapter, you are going to complete again your research proposal content, but you are going to write a little bit more in that. So if you have written research statement, little bit only in your research proposal, statement of the problem or background information, you have written little bit only, then you are also going to write little bit more here in this. You have 2 options. You can have chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 background or context. Or you can combine the 2 chapters together. You can write introduction and background of the study. Means you can either combine the 2 chapters into one, or you can follow separately chapter 1 and chapter 2. It's up to you, your discretion. I suggest you to go for chapter 1, chapter 2, etc. Or even if you're going for only 1 chapter, combining every information under this, that's also fine. Once again, your introduction chapter, you are also reiterating the things whatever you have written. Just copy and paste it. Make some changes into that. Like add some points in between. Okay. So how many of you have written rationale of your study in your research proposal? And who has written?
No, because it wasn't
No.
required
No.
Okay, that is not required.
Wasn't
Okay, it's fine.
required for the proposal. They give you very strict headings that you must comply
Okay.
with.
Okay, now you are going to add the research rationale. Anybody knows about what is research rationale?
Why we are doing the research and what is the relevance?
already that we have written in our research statement, scope of the research and etc., right? But we are segregating the research rationale once again into the three. Anyone? Academic rationale, or professional or business rationale, and the personal rationale. We can have the three category of this rationale. Academic rationale, we know that what you are going to add into the academics after completing your work. By completing your work, what you are going to contribute. What is your rationale in that? The business rationale, yes, what that's it. In the nuclear industry, there are nothing, very least study has happened. That itself is your academic rationale, business rationale. You're going to contribute something to this academic literature. The study is going to conduct in the nuclear industry. You're going to add in that. Similarly, you're also going to write the personal rationale. What you're going to receive by doing this work. Yes, since you are working in this field, or since this sector is your passion, you wanted to know about it, you wanted to add something in your academic knowledge or into your personal interest. Yes, I believe most of the people have taken your industry for your MBA project. Ryan has taken after sales service in the automobile industry. So obviously, whatever you are contributing into that, also you are contributing to your knowledge parts also. Yes, Khalid is from real estate. So Sujoy, Faisal, yes, Sujoy from the insurance, the segment, finance segment, Faisal from, supply chain. So all are adding into your area of your interest. So you can write in that aspects, academic rationale, personal rationale, and business rationale. Remember that. Then research aim and objective. Research aim and objective, same thing. You have to add it, copy and paste it. We will be looking into any changes only after making the changes from the university side. We very rarely get the changes from the university side to add it. So most of the review I have given to the student, that was a final as of now. And the previous years and the coming previous years, what all the reviews I have given, that was a final. They usually says only to add more literature reviews in the research proposal. We cannot do that. Yeah, in the feedback they used to give something descriptive ways of, but mostly I'm not. Your topic is the final topic, I believe, and your research questions and research aims are very particular. We don't need to make the changes into that. If anything they have suggesting us, we'll be making into that. So anyway, you be ready with your introduction chapter. So can I ask you, when you can send me your introduction chapter? A deadline in the month of December. Because I don't want to take anything in the introduction chapter because this is covered particularly. We don't need to discuss anything into that.
What about the structure of the project?
Structure of the project, I'm just discussing the same.
No,
Here.
under introduction, that 4.5, like 1.5 is structure, right?
It's the chapter
Okay,
summary.
so, yeah, that is chapter summary. Many of you have already written in your research proposal. I didn't force them to add it because maybe your word count may be increased. Structure of the report project mean, what is your first chapter? What is the second chapter? Third chapter, fourth chapter, fifth chapter. You are giving one statement, one sentence or two sentences about it. For example, you're talking about the structure of the project, the first heading 1.5. Second, you're going to write the second chapter. First chapter is talking about your introductions and all. Second chapter is background, the context of the study, which is covering overview of the organization, context of etc. etc. You'll be mentioning a little bit, only one sentence or two sentences maximum. It's fine. Is that clear? So can you please give me a deadline in the chat box? I'm not giving a deadline. Just send some deadline for completing your first chapter.
Have we got a copy of this?
You're copying it, yeah?
No. Do we have a copy of it?
The syllabus, I think, was maybe given to some of us. I don't think it was given to everyone.
Yeah, because I've not ever seen this before. Can we get a copy of this in email?
Sure. I have added it in the PDF. In the file drive, I believe. I will be sharing it.
Is there a dissertation file?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Also, you will have to, this is an extension of it. You will have to cover this area as well, okay? Chapter 1, introduction. These things already people have written, I believe. Introduction you have covered. Background of the problem, statement of the problem, purpose of the study, research question, research objective, significance of the study, definition of terms. What you are going to write under the definition of terms?
You can't finish that yet. You have to do that at the end.
Ryan, what you are going to do? What you are going to write? Definition of terms.
It's like a
What,
bibliography,
what is your research topic? What is your research topic?
digitization in after sales.
Sorry?
Digitization in after sales.
Digitalization after sales. You're going to define what is digitalization. You're going to define what is after sales in the automobile industry. You're going to give some definition for that. Or you are going to take anything important variable under the digitalization, something important word. You're also giving a definition particularly into that. You're going to write. So once again, you may be asking, so what about the similarity? Give the quote if it's a definition. Or you are giving your own words explanations. Okay, mostly the definition will be some of the people word which will be excluded from the similarity. I mean the similarity. So if it is the, give in the quotation, okay, double inverted comma. And if it you are writing yourself, paraphrase it, write on in your own words, give some explanation for that yourself. Then
that a good opportunity to lose some word count?
Word count.
Said it sounds like a good opportunity to lose some word count.
See, one more thing. For the first chapter, they're asking to include the 1500 words. You have seen?
Yeah.
If you're increasing more than 1500, 2000 word, it comes. No problem for that. Remember once again, we need to manage altogether 15,000 word. It doesn't mean that, okay, we can write the introduction chapter 5,000 and 6,000. I believe you're getting my point. So somebody is no need to be worried about it. If something more you're writing in the introduction chapter, someone feel, okay, Anu feels, okay, my introduction chapter must be very good because a invigilator and everyone will be looking more attention in the first chapter. So you want it to be good, more words we wanted to add, you can add it. If it is a 2000 word, not a problem. You can manage from the chapter 2 background. You can somewhat write 1000 word, 1200. You can somewhat manage accordingly in the different chapter. Okay, so literature and this background of the context 1500. So all of you take 2-3 minutes, write down anywhere and write down anywhere what you are going to cover, what you are going to write particularly on your topic in the chapter 2, background or the context, what you're going to write down particularly. The headings I want. 1 second. Yes. In the chapter 2, background, what you are going to write specifically on your topic. Think for the 3 minutes.
So I'm a bit lost. What do you mean? What we're going to write down?
Yeah, write down now. Write down now. Heading of what all the things you will be going to cover in the chapter 2, background or the context. Okay, for example, I'm taking the topic, I'm taking a topic, talent management in the nuclear industry. So under the background and the context, I'm going to write introduction. So I'm going to give the introduction chapter, introduction under the chapter 2, a small introduction for the readers, what I'm going to do in this particular chapter, chapter 2, background. Okay, and 2.2, overview of the organization. What the organization? There's a nuclear industry. And you're going to write in detail about your industry. What is the present status about your industry? And in which area you're going to select, particularly for if it is in UAE, you're also giving more explanation for the UAE nuclear industry. And it's in overall, the global level. And I believe Khalid here. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Khalid has given 2 statistics in the research proposal about the real estate field. Yes, similarly, we are going to add something to here as well in the chapter 2. So what is the performance of this your industry in the global level? And the area that you're going to take, that can be your country or UAE, for example. So whatever statistics or something you're getting, you can also add here. So overview of the organization or the business environment that the research set within. So Khalid is going to write about real estate in the global scenario. You're also going to write about in UAE scenarios. Anu is going to discuss about the project management, in which area digitalization project management in the industry that you are choosing. Or you are choosing the industry, you are talking particularly on the HR sector and the talent management sector. You're also explaining about it here, background. And Rayan, you're talking about automobile industry. There are a lot of statistics that are available for statistics, figures, facts, and literatures. You can give a background information about your industry here. Then contextual discussion of the situation or issue in relation to the business operation of the firm and the market conditions. So anyone, can you speak about what you're going to write under the 2.3? Think for 1 minute. Contextual discussion of the situation or the issue in relation to the business operation of the firm and the market condition.
Well, I think this one it applies for real estate. Mostly, I'll be talking about the conflict of interest that's happening between. I mean, if I want to talk about the GCC,
Mhm.
so I will talk mostly about macroeconomic. This is what would be my focus on.
Once again, Khalid, macroeconomy.
Yeah,
What you will write?
I will write about what's happening near to the GCC because my area it's about the GCC, how this is affecting the real estate,
Perfect. Perfect.
right?
So you will be mentioning about
The wars,
macroeconomy
the yeah,
perfectly. That is
yeah,
the pestle analysis. You can even mention the pestle
yeah.
analysis. You can connect all these things, how the
Okay.
political influences, economic and
Yes,
environmental
yes,
influences are happening. So
yeah,
you are just critically evaluating the situation.
yes.
So one of the session, I believe, Khalid has mentioned about the reality, about the real estate sector. Someday it may be boom. Yeah, sometimes the created boom will be there. So
Mm,
sometimes the people who believe and trusted in investing, someday they may be having a loss. So you just discuss about it. You are critically analyzing the scenario in relating to your topic, that real estate sector, what is
mm,
going particularly. You will be
yeah,
mentioning there also, you can also bring uh, success, the failure, or any incidents particularly. You're bringing some contextual discussion over there. You're discussing that particular things over there. What you
yeah, yeah.
mentioned right now, that is fine. So what
Okay.
about Ryan, what you're going to write under the 2.3?
Things, gonna write stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's a clash of two elements, right? You've got it's kind of you've got a generational issue because you've got Gen Z who
Mm-hmm.
aren't able to drive, who are very
Mm-hmm.
tech savvy, and then you've got us old bastards that can drive and maybe are on the borderline of tech savvy, and then you've got the much older customers. So you've got this huge paradigm shift in the way that everybody's been communicated with on a global level versus
Yeah.
what has typically been. I'm going to go and see Ashad because he knows my car and he's going to look after me. Whereas now I'm talking to a chatbot. So it's understanding that
Mm-hmm.
paradigm shift of the disconnect from the human to the technology and how that's impacting whether or not people are losing affection and loyalty towards a group of people
Mm-hmm.
or a brand off the back of it.
Okay, perfect. Very good. So here, one more doubts you may be having. Do we need to follow the same pattern itself, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3? And do we need to give the same heading itself? No, it's not like. You can give your own heading. For example, Khalid is right in the first one, 2.1, introduction. That's fine, introduction. 2.2, overview of real estate sector. And 2.3, okay, contextual discussion about the present scenarios, or you can give your own heading in your own name. Okay, real estate realities, or pros and cons, anything you can give. And you also wanted to add one more heading, you can give 2.4, statistics or trends, pattern, challenges. You can give particular heading for the background. And 2.4, okay, summary, some of the key points from the chapter that you have understanding about. What all we have written in the background, this chapter 2, we are also going to summarize it in the one paragraph or 1.5 paragraph. So I wanted to add one more point. You wanted to make more headings and titles under this chapter, you can do that. That is your discretion. Okay. Now, chapter 3, literature review. Chapter 3, literature review. We have discussed this chapter before, and your doubts and everything has been cleared as well. So what we are going to write under the literature review? What all the things that we are going to discuss? Mostly we are going to refer articles. We are going to refer the articles already discussed and worked on your area of your topic. In the case of Rayan is going to take, I have already asked you to just go for some references, go for some article search of 15 to 20 articles related to automobile industry. It should not be mandatorily, okay, after sales services. You can also relate to the after sales service, 5 literature, 6 literatures, you can search about it. Someone has prepared some table of what content, not a table of content, yes, analysis table of some literatures they have already given into that. So you can also prepare in such a way some table. I think who has prepared that? Khalid has prepared, I believe. Please.
Sorry, which one you said, doctor?
One second. Anyone is remembering that I have asked you to prepare a table of analysis about, okay, the first one talking about who are the authors. Second column is what is the title of the topic, which year they have prepared it. And the third one is what is the objective of the paper, and what is the findings of the paper, and what is the limitation of the paper. Something like that.
I remember you asking us to do it, but when I looked at all of the example papers, none of them had it in it, so I didn't do it.
Okay, no problem. In the literature review chapter, is an optional for you. I'm not getting that particular heading. Not a table of content. Content analysis, yes, content analysis we call it as. I will be sharing you a model of it. I will share you a model of it, how you can prepare it. One second.
Can we combine chapter 2 and chapter 3?
You can combine, but I would, yes, you can combine it. There is no problem for that. One second. See, mostly the students used to do chapter 1 introduction. They'll be also writing about the background information in the chapter 1 itself. I would suggest either you to go for chapter 1 introduction and background, or literature review and the background. It's up to your option one. You can choose it. Someone feels, okay, literature review chapter, I believe most of the things, the background information I want to add it, you can add it. It's your wishes, you can follow that. I don't want to force in your discretion into this. Okay.
The reason I'm saying this is because
according to Warda, what you feel.
Yeah. For me, it's going to throw out my timeline because I've already highlighted in my proposal 5 chapters. this
Okay, no,
assumes 6 chapters. So,
okay, okay.
and
No problem,
I've
no
given
problem, no
myself,
problem.
I've given myself between 3 weeks and 1 month per chapter.
Okay,
And it's
okay.
going to throw out everything if I change the
Okay,
structure.
no problem. Then your total in the chapter literature review, if you're adding the background information, background of the context, your total word count must be 3,500, or it is within the 4,000 word count. You can manage it. So if anybody is having the doubt, I'm also want to clarify it. You can separately have a chapter 1 introduction, and you can go for chapter 2 background separately. You can also write chapter 3 literature review. Someone wants, like Vardha said, I wanted to add the chapter 2 and chapter 3 under the heading of literature review and the background context. You can also add it as a one chapter. Both you can combine and write it. It's up to you. What we are finally going to, minimum we must be having a 5 chapter for MBA registration. Obviously you will be having a chapter 5 chapter, no worries. So if you want to combine it, you can combine it. Okay, so now into the literature review, I will be sharing you content analysis one model that is purely an optional one. You can choose it, you can write it accordingly, you can prepare it, you can keep it an appendix chapter or in the literature review chapter itself. So once an invigilator or valuer is looking into your chapters, they'll feel something very different into that. Let me take that particular slide that I've discussed at the time, the table of content. Just wait. 1 second. Okay, just a second, please hold here. Yes, I got it. I remember, you remember that we have discussed this one?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you take a screenshot of it? And
Copy.
just whenever you are referring any, for example, you have already written in a paragraph, particular, okay, Smith J, and his works is already you mentioned in your literature review chapter. But again, you can prepare this table. What all the things that you mention in your literature review chapter, you can just make a table of content like this. And okay, 10 to 15 literature if you are getting, you can just keep it in your literature review chapter or at the end of your dissertation, that is in the appendix. So I would strongly suggest you to prepare this one. It won't take enough time to prepare because you're already referring 15 to 20 literature for your literature review chapter. So writing this type of table and preparing this table won't take enough time. So everyone can do this table of content, right? Content table.
This is the same one which I have showed you on the other day, right? The
Yeah,
table structure which you told to,
someone has done. Okay, this is Anu then. So you just keep it add it more whenever you're referring more articles,
Okay.
add it more, and we can add it in our literature review chapter, which will increase the authenticity of your work. That's why. Okay, somebody has message here, 31/12. Okay, the deadline has been given. Okay, Ryan has written here, right? Now I'm going to share once again.
For first and second chapter, right? Or first only, introduction only.
Which means for the deadline
No.
that Ryan has taken. Yeah, I want to get the 2 chapter, which means introduction and literature review, which is also including background chapter as well. Is it okay? By January first week or the December last, you can send me. You can send me these introduction chapter, background chapter, and literature review chapter. So mostly, yes. I can give a deadline 31st December.
Yeah.
31st December. Complete it. We are having almost 22 days, yeah, ahead. Complete it and send both the chapter together. Then I will be giving the feedback, both the chapter. I mean, these 3 chapters or 2 chapters. Some people will be having the 2 chapters. Some people will be having the 2 chapter or 3 chapters. It depends upon. So I'll be giving the review accordingly. So any doubts in the literature review chapter? What are the things that you need to cover? Yes.
Dr. Asher, if you can just
Yeah.
go back to the module setup, the one that the syllabus that you just provided.
Yeah.
I believe that there is also some headings that they provide us that they say we need to have.
One second, let me take it.
Following that section, there are some headings.
Headings in the sense like the beginning of it. One second.
I remember seeing that before.
Which one
Yeah,
you're talking about?
This,
This one.
not this one, just go down.
Varda, are you talking about this literature review chapter? This one?
No, further down.
No, this is done. Okay, can you hold for 1 second? Please have a look.
Let me just see if I can open it from my side.
So all of you can go through this. This one is the detailed description. You can follow this instruction as well for your work, and you can also make your own headings. There is no concern for that. I think I answered the question. There is no any other structure for the literature review here. But are you able to hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So now I wanted to share one slide I prepared. Okay. I think in the previous class, I asked you to write all the content and the headings comes under the literature review, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have done that as well. You have done that as well. So can you all please go through that headings and start writing everything for your work? 1 second. Please bear me for a second. Okay. So now I wanted to give you a deadline, that is 31st December. You can complete your 3-chapter introduction, background chapter, and literature review chapter. And please send to me the entire work. And this is all about I want to communicate today. And particularly I want to communicate today. Please do that and complete to me. Meanwhile, any discussion comes, you can also share it to me.
You are not audible actually. I'm not able to hear. Like it's
So,
for me only or for everyone?
is that clear? Is that clear right now?
Yeah, now
Better.
it's fine.
Okay, okay. Sorry for that. My baby cried. It's after 5 years. After 5 years, second baby came. Yeah. So nobody's here to manage for a time being. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience caused. In the literature review chapter, all of you just go to the structure of the literature review. You can mandatorily just include your content analysis. You go for a peer-reviewed journal articles, which means authentic journals and articles. Go with that. And the books and academic publication, you just combine all the important things rather than going for only from the literatures. I mean, the articles. Just you can also research some of the books if you're getting access, not a mandatory. Okay, if you're not getting, okay, we can't push you for that. So any industry reports, credible online sources, you can follow that. Industry report, you can include mandatorily that you will be getting the information for the nuclear industry, digitalization in the automobile industry, insurance sector, real estate sector. That is important. You can include that. Relevant previous dissertation and thesis. From where you will be able to get the dissertation previous one?
From the portal.
In the university portal you'll be getting. And for example, someone wants to get the information from any other universities. That is also possible. That is open access is available for. And if someone wants to know some of the thesis available in India, that is Shodh Ganga, we call it as a Shodh Ganga. I'm just going to type here. There are a number of theses you will be able to get it from. Is open access one, Shodh Ganga. I typed in the chat box. You'll be getting a lot of thesis. Even you will be able to understand the structure of your MBA project, because thesis and the MBA projects there is no much difference in that. That is studies thesis for the thesis for the PhD programs. This is advanced one. You can also refer thesis particularly for the PhD for your MBA research as well. You'll be getting a lot of idea into that. Shodh Ganga, you can refer it. And the next one, steps to write the literature review. These things we have already discussed. If someone who is writing, for the case of Varda already said, I want to include my background chapter into the literature review chapter. Yes, then the pattern, trends, and everything about your particular industry also will be including in your third chapter, that is the literature review chapter. Yes, irrelevant studies, you need to avoid it. Common pitfalls to avoid. A lack of critical analysis. Critical analysis should be there particularly for your write-ups. Poor organization and structure. You may be writing a lot of things into this. It's not a matter. The matter is how you are adding, how you are structurizing your report. That's also very important. So when you're going for alignment, formatting, just send me the work after making all the alignments. Like, font size and the 1.5 line spacing, you can follow it, justify the entire things and send to me. Then when the invigilator reads, that give more impression and impacts on this. So over reliance on one or two sources, for example, somebody is getting two sources and relying on the same sources to write everything in the literature review. No, don't do that. Increasing the literature review for your work, articles, etc. will improve your credibility of your work. And that about how to give the referencing and all. And a well-structured literature review is a key to successful dissertation, and focus on critical analysis and identifying the research gap. Yes, everyone having right now the research gap, right? why we are doing the research, what you are going to contribute, why this research is prevalent and important for your work. Yeah, as Vardha's example, why I'm giving, because that is a unique study, particularly in the nuclear sector. That's why I'm reiterating the same thing. So that is a research gap for her. So for Rayan, maybe after sales services, lesser studies are happened, or particular parameter on the parameter that Rayan is going to take that some other people have been taken yet for the studies. For the project management, I mean, the HR and talent management sector, for the digitalization, and maybe the studies have been done in the digitalization, not particularly on the HR and talent management acquisition people side. Real estate sector, a lot of studies have been done in the UAE, Dubai, many studies, but particularly the taking the three people, that is three stakeholders. The Khalid is taking the study. He's going for a focus interview studies. He's also collecting the data from the real estate investors and prospecting. He also having a study with the people from investors, then prospecting investors, and some of the decision making people also involved in that. So the study is having some impact. That is your research gap into this. So Vardha has shared the syllabus. Vardha, from where you got it?
On the Google Drive.
Google Drive that I have shared you right before.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And what I was talking about, when I mentioned that there are specific headings, it is there in the syllabus. It is on page 1, 2.
Can you open it, please?
It is. So this is the syllabus.
Yeah. Actually, this one I have taken from your Blackboard, I mean Moodle account, and compiled it and sent to you.
And then it talks
Yes.
about, here we go.
Yes.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1, you can follow this one that I have already
This
told.
is the typical headings.
Yes,
because it
typical
says here a
headings.
traditional dissertation
yeah.
has 5 chapters.
Yeah.
And then your introduction has this headings. And then
Yes.
your chapter 2,
Chapter
your
2,
review
no.
of
Don't
literature.
follow this chapter 2, this one, because there's only the 4 headings only there. We can add more headings, subheadings and all.
Okay, because this is what I was referring to when I said that in the syllabus guidelines they give you
Okay.
headings. And
Don't depend that one for your work, because only having the 4 heading, nothing more into that. You'll be confused about it. Yes.
So we should follow then this dissertation structure, the example
Yeah.
dissertation structure, which
Yes.
has 7 chapters, not 5.
No, it's detailed one. Now you focus on the first chapter and second chapter. Okay, a maximum will be having 5 chapter or 6 chapter only. Okay.
So
you want us to complete the first 3 chapters, you said, Doctor, if I
Yes.
understood correctly, within December, correct?
Yes. Complete it. The first week of January, we'll be going for the similarity check. And again, we will be reducing the similarity and finalizing that.
Okay.
Any clarity you require from? You're not going for, again, similarity checkup in the Moodle account. I think is not possible. You will be sending to me, or just keep the CC to Simna, and we'll be taking that and we'll be doing the similarity check. Yes, these are the updates of today's discussion. Just come up with your work, and for the next week, will you be ready for the employability skill to be prepared? It is a 5 minutes presentation or 7 minutes presentation. Will you be ready, Anu? Yeah. So what all the things should be included? A video presentation. Just take a link from the YouTube and you can play from here. And you can also master the skills to everyone. Master the skill in the sense like you can go for a interactive online platform or something. You remember I have gone for previously mentimeter.com. Yeah, anything you can ask for. You can ask a small quiz competition or something interesting. You can think of it. I at least have a presentation on any employability skills particular. Okay. So we are winding up the today's session. Khalid, tomorrow I'll be
Yes.
calling you, Khalid. Okay?
Okay.
Tomorrow I will be calling you.
Sounds good.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Everyone
Bye
Thank
for
bye.
you.
joining today.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, doctor. Bye bye.
Bye.